As it seeks to be a middle-income economy in less than 15 years, energy requirements for Kenya continue to grow. This has seen the demand outstrip supply. Cognizant of this, the Kenyan government has already laid out an ambitious short-term goal of adding an extra 5,000 megawatts to the national grid.
Even as we come up with the 5,000 megawatts, there's a big mix. We got a component from the wind generation. And the good thing is that one of the biggest wind sources in Africa, the 300 megawatts from Lake Turkana, that project has kicked off. The money for the transmission line is already availed. We have given the contractor something called the final notice to proceed so that they can start constructing the line towards Lake Turkana. And I believe the Lake Turkana farm is already mobilizing, their contractors so that they start work out there.
The bulk of the supply plan is anchored on an exit from hydro-generated power to cleaner and sustainable energy. This has seen a focus on geothermal and wind energy.
As a country, we have been relying heavily on thermal and hydro. Thermal has got its own problems because the thermal uses fuel, and currently Kenya is not producing its own oil. We purchase with foreign exchange. The hydro has got its own challenges because the uncertainty of rain and so forth. So during the time of drought, then we don't get enough, water in our rivers to give us the requisite amounts we need from them.
The revving up of power production is not only restricted to Kenya, but neighboring countries too are integrating generation.
In terms of the electricity supply industry, we are looking at interconnecting all the countries. So we are pursuing a number of projects to connect Kenya, to connect Uganda, but also in the southern part with Zambia and Mozambique. So the very first project that will happen is a Tanzania-Kenya interconnector, where we have solicited funds from the African Development Bank, and we are quite advanced between the two countries in developing that project. So that will also complement what Kenya is doing, connecting with Ethiopia, where they have massive hydropower potential, so that power can also be shared. We have also massive potential for gas generation, hydro generation, geothermal, and renewable. So the interconnection will also ensure security of supply, because some of the renewable are seasonal, and the seasons are not the same across the country. So you can share power, ensure there is energy security in the whole region.
Like any other sector or investment destination, risks still abound.
Of course, there are a lot of risks, as Africa is always considered as a risky continent, so getting financing is sometimes a challenge. Risks is because the commercial banks or also government finance, ECAs, people are always scared that governments will change or that they don't get the project complete. And even if especially if there are very ambitious growth plans, then the question is always of the people financing such ambitious projects, are they really the consumers there? Is there really a market for such big projects? So that is always the questions what we face if we are looking for some project funding especially.
As competition for financing with other sectors such as infrastructure grows, what options are available for the energy sector?
One of the other interesting things that we think can be done is for people to look at a power bond. What do you mean by a power bond? Kenya issued a Euro bond recently, very successful. What if it was to issue a power bond so that you have an amount of money that is being invested in a number of power projects, not one project? Because one project has got a lot of risk. So if for example, the Lamu project delays, there's risks related to that. But what if we had 4 or 5 projects and that money was invested in those 4 or 5 projects? There could be geothermal, there could be wind, there could be solar. It reduces the risk.
With the power, with the electrification, economic growth will come. Even looking into Western Africa, also with oil and gas available there. And if we really connect all of these different areas of Africa, and then we will have a strong power to really develop Africa. Africa also has got 1 billion people, so Africa has the fastest growing economies at the moment globally. So we really have to get our act together and get really our business up and running, that we are also proving to the world that it is worth investing in Africa and going forward with sound and sustainable business here.